My next guest is not in that camp. He thinks the best is yet to come for housing, all of these worrisome numbers notwithstanding. With us now is real estate developer and financier Gregory Warr. So you're not worried, Greg?
No, not at all. In fact, I think now's a great time for real estate, for both the investor and the new home buyer.
All right, now, of course, you're a real estate developer. I'd be shocked if you said otherwise. But why are you confident that this is just either a blip or whatever?
Well, if you look at it as far as the numbers, you have housing getting soft in some areas. Some areas, countries like we were talking about before, New York City, they're actually going up. You know, right now it's $1,000 a square foot in New York. But in general, with housing coming down a little bit and those low interest rates, a new home buyer or investor can come into a great deal right now, lock it in. And I think that's really what you have to look at.
The problem is so many people are upside down on payments right now. They've got mortgages that exceed the value of their underlying residence. Let's say you bought in the hot go-go days even a year ago, and your house has declined 10 or 15%, and you cut it close to the vest with that mortgage, right?
Yeah.
Trouble.
Well, that really has to do with your payment and your job.
How many do you think are in that kind of situation?
I don't think there's a lot, to be honest. You had the refi boom and you had people getting into real estate, but your equity isn't going to affect your payment. It's not like the financial markets where you're going to get a margin call. Your equity drops a little bit, but your payment remains the same. If you can pay
unless you have
fine.
an adjustable rate that keeps going up, right? Isn't that the concern of the bubble bursters?
Well, that's a big concern. First of all, it was the interest rates going up, but we saw, hey, maybe the Fed was wrong. They raised interest rates, but the long term, as far as the 30-year, is still very low. The mortgage is still really low for somebody to go out and buy that piece of property. So you have that. With the adjustable rate mortgage, though, and interest rates this low, if anybody's having problems, just refi into a 30-year fixed, which is really what you should do if you're going to be in it.
Now, you're in New York, you're in L.A. I've been to both places. I see a lot of building, a lot of overhang of supply. I've been to Florida, South Florida particularly, where they're building skyscrapers like crazy.
Sure.
It looks like a lot of supply to me.
There is a lot of supply, and it's increasing. One of the things that is going to hold true for a little bit, but they're giving some good incentives, these developers, because they realize they got to move product. So sometimes people are getting cash back at closing. They're going in, getting a low mortgage, and getting $20,000, $30,000 back at closing.
You're buying right now.
Huge. I think everybody should be.
Okay. We'll see what happens. Gregory Warr, thank you very much.
You're welcome.